All right. Well, I'm going to do something a bit different today. So I'm going to take you on a tour of what we have dubbed this is the autopsy room. This is the room where all of the Warhammer CDs, tapes, records, disasters, abortions have been created, recorded, and given to the world through this studio. So I'm going to give you a bit of what I do, how I do it. Actually, I'm not going to give you that so much as how I do it is what I do it on. How's that? So let's start with my BC Rich Warlock, which I think it's called, but it's Kerry King. So I bought this guitar strictly because Slayer, and it's a cool looking guitar. I've played it. I fucking love the look of it, and I hate the feel of it. So I don't know. It's one of these guitars that I've always wanted to play. Like, I thought it'd be cool to play with this and it would give me something that's, you know, some inspiration or whatever, but it doesn't give me shit. It just fucking hurts, and it's heavy and it's a motherfucker to play, but it's gorgeous. It's fucking gorgeous. Look at that. I mean, it's not exactly Show No Mercy. I know it's more of the fucking later era of Slayer, but fucking that's just a gorgeous looking body shape. I wish it was just fucking straight black, but you know, that's what it is. I'm assuming this is what the standard, what they sold to Joe Schmo in the public eye, but like I said, I have played it. It's still got the original strings on it. I'm pretty sure were bought with it, because it is like, those strings are just trashed, you know. And it is what it is. It's a gorgeous piece of equipment, but uncomfortable as shit to play. But what isn't uncomfortable as shit to play is this baby right here. This is what I have dubbed the Hammer of War. This guitar was brought down from the hill that Jesus was crucified on. That wood was shaped and molded and forged into what you see before you now. Was sent to hell, was tuned by the demons, and somewhere along that fucking timeline was given to Goodwill, and I paid $100 for it, and this is what it is. So Les Paul. Now, I don't know if it's a good Les Paul. I think all Les Pauls are cool, and this is my Les Paul, so it's fucking amazing. It has been with me through the good and the bad. I learned how to play with this. And if I'm going to pick up a guitar, this is the one that I'm picking up 100% of the time. Now, you will notice that Satan did take a piece for himself to fucking, you know, mock the heavens. But that all that does is just give it more fucking heaviness. And it's a beast. It's a pure beast. Moving on. This is my 5-string bass. That is a cross that's okay. So let's talk about this cross, because I turn this cross when I'm in this fucking room. I turn it this way for maximum evilness, and I only write fucking Warhammer songs when it is turned upside down, because that's like part of the, I guess that's the secret of fucking Warhammer evilness, is just this cross here. It may look like a fucking sign you find outside of a cheap strip club or some back alley church, but it's fucking evil as fuck. Anyway, bass. So, as you might notice, it's got 5 strings. I don't need all that fucking malarkey. I'll use this motherfucker right here. This one here means business. This one here is tuned to the devil, and it gets played with fucking, you know, with no remorse. It is a whatever that is. An SDGR stands for Satan, the devil, and the GR just means great, pretty sure. And this guitar was gifted to me by a guy that was moving to LA, and he didn't want to take it, and he said, I'm going to give you this bass and I want you to fucking just raise holy hell with it. So I tuned it to D, and it sounds like a fucking beast. Now it's tuned to E, I think, and it's fucking amazing. It's cool as shit. And did I mention it's got 5 strings and the other 4 don't mean shit? Beautiful. Moving on. So this guitar was also gifted to me. It's black, and black means fucking the devil, I think. Probably doesn't, but it means it's black. And this is tuned to, I believe, like E standard or something. Now we tuned this guitar, and it is a LTD, stands for Lee's the Devil, I'm pretty sure. And this is what I've been told is a Floyd Rose, or a Rose Floyd, or a Floyd Rose, and it's got this big thing here, this big fucking metal cock. But this is a motherfucker to play too. I really want to play this guitar because it sounds so fucking good. Except I've been playing on this thing for so fucking long. This thing feels like I'm playing on a cardboard box. Not quite sure why, but it sounds cool when you play these things. These fucking things. Sounds great. And this is the drum kit that I put all my energy into to try and stay in time. It is an Alesis Command. That is the brains of the unit. I wish I had fucking beastie plugins, but I can't put them onto this one apparently. This has some bullshit that I didn't realise when I bought it, that you can't fucking put shit onto it. However, in saying that, this thing here, I did buy off a guy. This is a MIDI, which I don't know how to use, but I figure that if I do something with this, put sounds into this, somehow fucking rig it to this, then I can put it onto that and fucking play awesome beastly metal. But until such a time, I'm just using normal fucking bullshit. So let's have a look at this fucking relic. So this here is a 2010 iMac. I don't know what's special about 2010. I know what isn't special about 2010. You can't do fucking shit with it, and it's pretty temperamental. Okay, so as you can see right there, I have been writing and tracking some things and trying to get some ideas for when I, you know, punch in some, what's the word, some fucking some bullshit. So, you know, this is the remnants, not the remnants, it's actually the remnants of another song which I fucking liked, like that part of it. This part's new. This part over here is kind of fucking cool, but I really don't know what to do with it. And this part's the end, because you can see the way it trails off, goes like this. But it's 2010 iMac, running a bootleg version of GarageBand. Now the plan is to get rid of this, or just update this, because fucking Apple's are cool as shit to do, and move up to Logic Pro. That is the goal. This is pretty much what I have to stick on my big dumb head to hear everything. I mix everything through here, which is, I guess, kind of cool for a point, but what it does do is it makes everything sounds fucking cool, and then when it eventually gets over to those things there, it sounds like fucking shit. So now what I've done, and I did this on purpose, is I bought these things here from China. Alright, they're fucking dog's balls, but I figure if I can make music sound good on these pieces of shit, alright, and check out this brand, man. Like, you got all these Japanese brands, and then you've got like high-end shit like Technics or whatever the fuck, and then you got Bestian. Fucking, that's Chinese for child labor, I think. And Exaya stole this from Sound Exchange, and this makes it stereo. Pretty fucking cool. And the dude from Assassin's Creed kills people because he's fucking evil as shit. So if I can make stuff sound good on this, then I can make fucking shit sound good anywhere. This is cool. See it? It's a fucking snow globe, and it's a burning church. Ooh, it's cool as shit. I bought this when I was in Australia, and it made the journey. Century Media, and fucking Century Media had something. What's it say? It says, fuck, I'm blind. Blah, blah, blah. It says something about keeping fucking something warm since wherever the fuck. But anyway, that's that. Where were we? Back over here. So we got this thing here. We got a mess of chords down here. So that's all my instruments, right? That's pretty much what I'm looking at every fucking day when I come in, upside down cross, because it's cool as fuck. That thing there, which I can't play, is a motherfucker. This is my Dead Kennedys sign, which I made at work. Well, a friend made it because, you know, I can't get these hands fucking dirty because, I don't know, he was using a new machine. I didn't want to fuck with it, but that's my Dead Kennedys, and fucking James Morrison behind it, which was supposed to be a gift like 3 years ago, but we forgot to send it, so it sits right here behind the DK. Now this Fender picture, all right, you can look this up on eBay. It's worth a fuck ton. I don't know why, but it's Fender, and I don't play Fender, but I figured it'd be cool if I just stuck it up. This here is a snare drum skin signed by the cool guys of Testament. What have you got? Fucking, is that Gene? Fucking Gene Hoglin, Steve the Gugro, Chuck Billy, this guy, and that fucking dude signed in a shitty pen. It's probably that fucking lead guitar player's a bit of a douche. He's got that fucking weird thing in his hair. This is what the new Warhammer has been recorded on. This fucking thing, I got it to match the Les Paul. Sounds evil as fuck. I've moved my stereo down here for the simple reason of we're doing some shit and renovating upstairs, and we're trying to do some fucking stuff up there, but it's here, and if I'm home making cassettes for demos and shit, then I'm fucking doing it on this piece of fucking vintage machinery. This thing here, grade 1 guitar method, never fucking used it, never tried to learn it. I've opened it up once, and fuck that. This is cool, right? So this is Miss A's. Get the perspex off it. So this here was a Marilyn Manson like lobby card tour thing. It's 3D. It's pretty fucking sweet, and it's signed by Manson. The old fucking, what was his name? Madonna Wayne Gacy, Twiggy, and fucking that guy. So you can see that rip there? He spat on it. So it was put into a box, and the spit kind of congealed or shit with fucking just the dumb stuff that was in there, and fucking tore it up. So it's fucking Manson DNA on this thing. It's pretty fucking cool. We leave that right here because it rests stuff. We'll eventually hang that up. This thing here is, well, will be the vocal booth when we get it. It's pretty cool. So at the moment it's got my real drums in it, and it's a mess. All right, but it's also got half a Gene Simmons, but this will be my vocal booth. All right, now all this wood here is from the fucking, this house. We kind of repurposed it and fucking nailed it up. We wanted something that had some texture in it, so all this wood just came from different pieces of the house, and it's fucking old as dick. And that's one of my actual drums, but behind here there's 1.5 drum kits, and it's all trapped in there and fucking probably rotting, but it's all climate controlled down here, so it's probably doing all right. But we've got to put a door up. At the moment it's just a curtain. What else we got? We got this cool Kiss fucking Psycho Circus, pretty fucking cool. This here is the infamous fucking Mordant Red poster, which I got with one of the fucking releases he sent, and we have to turn it around because we have children down here that do piano lessons, and we can't have swear words in it. And I believe this says, my hatred for this piece of shit world that we call Earth. So kids read that shit. Alright, here's all my amps. Alright, got this fucking Marshall stack, my line 6 fucking stack, and a Fender. That's why I got a Fender thing, because I got a Fender amp. Now this thing behind it, as you can see, I handmade this, and I got to put some shit in it, but it's a It's a Cannibal Corpse family photo frame. It's pretty cool. So it's got all fucking shit from the albums, stuff from it. Butcher the Birth is my favourite fucking album. Coda Bing's got some teeth. It's pretty fucking sweet. And all this stuff is like stuff that people have left and I've just kind of liberated. I think that's the word, liberated. I got this for Father's Day many moons ago from my youngest daughter. She hates me now. This is the famous Mordant Red fucking skull that I hand painted when I was, I believe I was injured and I had fuck all to do, and I started doing things like drawing. So the boys signed it down in Ohio. So I got everyone's fucking signature on that, which makes that worth about $10. So I reckon I'm going to cash in one day on that. This here, so you guys have the HM2 pedals. This is a piece of shit Temu $10 pedal. And I shit you not, this here sounds just as fucking good through this fucking amp. Alright, let's put them together because they're friends, as a HM2. Now I don't know what it is, whether it's the fucking bullshit here, that, or the devil guitar. Oh yeah, the roof, I've still got to do some of the roof. But that there sounds like a HM2, and I think it's just by complete chance. Do have another guitar pedal-y thing back here. It's got tons of pedals on it. Lots of things confuse me, so I don't touch that. This thing here I made too while I was kind of injured. So this is I guess like a, you know those things that burn incense? So I got this and I wrapped it in pages of the Necronomicon. So that fucking thing. And then I started burning shit inside of it. But when it's like got fire in it, it looks like it's on fire. It's pretty cool. I've used this in a few photos. There's some fucking marks that would burn it. I've used this in a few photos with some CDs and stuff. This particular skull, Dave Vincent tried to fucking embezzle money out of me. Again, I made this when I was fucking sick. It's pretty cool, man. The detail on it, pretty fucking cool. And I shoved it on the internet, tagged him in because I thought he might like to see it. And he asked me for $50 because I didn't he didn't give me permission to use the Morbid Angel logo, and I find out he didn't even fucking create it, so he's a thieving cunt. What do we got? We got fucking a few cool things behind here. Like my coffee, like I like my metal. Got a spiked wristband. And this thing is I don't know, for those out there paying attention, someone can tell me what this fucking thing is from. Yeah, it's from a TV show, we all know that, but it was for something else that you might have seen recently. Anyway, I use that in some of the things that I've used. I take photos of stuff, I fuck with them and put them on stuff. As far as keyboards go, this one here I've never played. Alright, this one here is the one that I play the most when I'm adding keys to Warhammer shit. And these here are exactly the same. Now, this here is, what is it, like a Casio, so it's a Casio tone, C2 370. So, interesting story. This one here is the model above, alright, the one that the fucking, now this is alleged, alright, this is alleged, this isn't fucking legitimate, but this is the model above, which all the greats do a lot of dungeon synth on. So, Lee's gonna take a little bit of break from the black metal for a bit because I've got a fuck ton of music, and I'm going to try to write a dungeon synth album, but dungeon synth album about zombies and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So it's going to be like zombie synth with fucking pizza. It's going to be cool as shit. We've got tons of little monsters kind of things just hanging around. There's the front door, we haven't put a door on it yet. And we painted it grey to represent like a dungeon. Behind there is a body. Still got to do some of the roof, but we need an electrician in here to put some lighting up. And this is the autopsy room. And if you don't believe me, I'll show you something fucking sick as. Ooh, don't believe me? There you go. The autopsy room. Anyway, with that, I hope you enjoyed the tour. It's pretty cool. I spent a lot of time in this room, and I'm a big fan of it. Anyway, till then, let it all burn, motherfuckers.